just felt like I was so overwhelmed, so exhausted. I was more so helping and doing. And so I started feeling or getting overwhelmed. Somebody would send me their warrant packet, and I'm actually going over their warrant packet and doing things that I felt like they should have done. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I know it has been a hot minute. I believe the last time I uploaded a video on YouTube was in January, and I just felt like I was so overwhelmed, so exhausted. I am the type of person that I will help you no matter who you are, no matter what your rank is, regardless if you are in the military or you are a civilian. But I felt like over these past, I would say 5 months, because today is May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way. It is my birthday, so happy birthday to me. But I felt like I was at a point where I was more so helping and doing. And so I started feeling or getting overwhelmed. And I'll give you an example. So for an example, somebody would send me their warrant packet, and I'm actually going over their warrant packet and doing things that I felt like they should have done. Again, I am here to help. I'm not complaining. I love what I do. I don't do this, which I have said multiple times, for the likes, for the follows, none of that. I actually love and enjoy what I do. And so based off of when I was uploading, because I did like a Christmas vlog leading up until the day that I finished my class, I just sat back and I took a minute and I said to myself, like, man, I feel like I'm getting used. I feel like I'm being overwhelmed with helping people, but they're not helping me. And I'm not actually looking for help for me, but I felt like I was at a point where I was being taken for granted, or not really taken for granted. I felt like I was being used, right? And so at work, with my civilian life, when you are constantly doing this, you are constantly doing that. And I had to take a moment, sit back and be like, you know what? I need help. I need counseling, because the dynamics of which I have allowed certain people to exhaust me, to help them figure out, do things, it just became overwhelming. And I was just like, you know what? I cannot continue to do this. Like, I will help you, but to a certain extent. And I have to set some boundaries. I have to change my dynamic when it pertains to work, and boundaries that I set forth at work and in my civilian life or my personal family life, because I just don't understand why I'm giving, helping. And the moment I don't do something, they get an attitude. I am, passionate about my job. I love, what I do. I'm going to have to take a sit back and figure out some things, because yeah, it was exhausting and it was a lot. But if you have not seen me on YouTube, this is the reasons, or these are the reasons why. But since today is my birthday, I am going to get a spa. I plan on going to get my nails redone, because I just don't like the clear look that I have, and I also need to get them cut down. I'm thinking about getting my lashes done, but if I do not get my lashes done today, then I will get them done closer to my stepdaughters and my son's graduation, because they are graduating at the end of May. I plan on getting my toenails done, and I'm going to take myself out to brunch. I don't know if my husband has something planned for me. He has a busy schedule. He is working today, so I don't know if he wants to take me out to dinner. I don't care if we don't go out to eat. It is what it is, because going out to eat is just, we can do that any day of the week, right? And then tomorrow I am off on Tuesday, and so I'm gonna pretty much take y'all along with me today to show y'all some of the things that I am doing for my birthday. So if y'all like what y'all see, please go ahead and give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe. But stay tuned. Ask me any questions that you may want to ask. Let me know what it is that you are doing in regards to helping others, mentoring others, assisting others. And if you are, how are you balancing that with being overwhelmed or not being overwhelmed? And then I feel like too, based off of what you put out there, how much you show, and all of the things, you may or may not get praised or liked for it. And I'm not trying to take away from content creators or what it is that you are doing, but I feel like based off of who I am, if I'm not showing something, if I'm not talking about something that's drama related or whatever the case, then it's not entertaining. And I'm okay with that, because again, I don't do this for the likes or the follows. I do this because I genuinely care and I like helping people. And so without further ado, I'm gonna take y'all along with me today. I hope y'all like what y'all see. I know I have been MIA. I'm not gonna promise and say that I will be back on YouTube for full time. I just have to figure some things out. Again, I am in counseling. My counselor is telling me how to balance setting boundaries and how to change up my dynamics based off of relationships that I do have, based off of people that are in close contact with me. And so I hope y'all like what y'all see. And yeah, let's go ahead and get today started. Hey y'all, so these are the roses that I got from Food Lion. They were $19.99, really cute. I like the different varieties and colors of the roses. And so I'm going to put them in my rose vase on camera and let me know what y'all think. I have my small vase right here and then I have my large one. I got them both from ZGallerie. I think one was $19.99 and the other one was $29.99. Now, these rose vases are kind of on the thin side, so you have to be careful. I chipped this one and I also chipped this side. And so I was like, man, what the WTF? But being that I only have 12 roses, I don't know how they're gonna look in the big vase. So I might transition them from the big to the small. So y'all just keep watching. And go get your wife or significant other or whoever is a mom or a dad, whoever they are that deserve their roses or their flowers, go get them some flowers today. A lot of people love roses. If you've been knowing me and been rocking with me, I love roses. And so you can never go wrong if you decide to get me something with just simply purchasing me some roses.
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. No Maybach, but I ain't got a chauffeur. I'm in it for the bread, put you in a toaster. Hey, yes, sir. Got a little older than the young flexer. You know that it's a go, cause be my jacket checker. Pop one pill, but it's a double decker. Yes, sir. I ain't talking schools, I'm waiting on a transfer. Send a pussy boy to meet my ancestors. Put up on the block is hot flaming Chester. Yes, sir. I just flew a bitch in from Manchester. They took me to jail, I should've smacked the rester. I'm about to car flexing like Sylvester. No, sir. No, sir. Bitches put up in an IA roaster. Trying to talk too much, told that bitch no, sir. Ain't no fucking crying on my fucking shoulder. $100 steak and I don't like the texture. Today to scratch out yesterday. Diamonds in my ring, money like a wrestler. Took away the good, it was a good gesture. It's your whip bullet.
Okay, so I think I'm just going to go ahead and use the bigger vase because it is a little pat tight. So I already know that if I do transition them from the big one to the small one, it's going to be extremely too tight for all of them to fit. And so now that I know that they do fit and will fit in the large vase, I'm going to go ahead and put this food in it. I'm gonna take them out, open this, put it in the water, stir it up really good, and then I'll show y'all what they look like depending on where I place them in my home. So y'all make sure y'all just keep watching. But they turned out really, really cute. I feel like $19.99. These are gonna last me at least a week. If I change the water out every 3 to 4 days, they'll probably last me a week and a half, which I typically do anyway because I do not like the way rose water look over a few days. It started looking like a little foggy, a little brownish. I even one time was putting ice chips in my water because I felt like that was doing something, but I don't really think it was. I didn't really see a difference, or maybe I just didn't pay attention to it. So have y'all ever tried to put ice cubes in y'all rose water or flower water? And if so, have you seen an improvement? I heard sometimes putting sugar in it does something to make them last a little longer also, but I'm liking what this is looking like. So again, I'm going to take them out, rearrange them a little bit more, put the food in there. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to the next with showing y'all this new mop bucket that I purchased, which y'all can pretty much see over there on the side, but I want to show y'all the pieces and how it actually functions. All right, y'all, so I picked up this old cedar, I believe it is. Easy Ring Rinse Clean Microfiber Spin Mop Brush. Woo! It cleans your water after every rinse, which when I went to Walmart yesterday, they had like 3 or 4 different kinds, but the same name brand, but it was like, I can't really explain it, but they had a piece that didn't have this. They had this part of the mop was not this color, it was white, and so it was just a lot going on, and I was in Walmart for over 20 minutes reading over each different kind because I wanted to make sure that I purchased the one that was of value. But it came with this I guess you can call it a mop head. It also comes with the piece that you put the mop on to attach it with, this compartment, or I'm gonna go ahead and sit the box on the floor, but I guess this part is the part that I don't know, I have to put it together, but either way, it has where you can have your dirty water go to one side and your clean water go to another side. I'm not really sure what this does. I have to finish putting it together. And then you also have, like, I guess the actual bucket that this fits inside of. I have to figure that all out. And last but not least, it comes with the stick. It's adjustable. And so I'll basically show y'all how I mop and how it functions, and if I like it, and give y'all my recommendations on it, if it is worth purchasing. But my other mop bucket, it ended up breaking the spin part, and I kept using it over and over again, but it would not wring the water out like it needed to. And every time I mopped, the floor would pretty much be drenched in water, which I did not like. And so it's been about 3 or 4 months since that happened, and I've just been, riding with using that. But I went ahead and got a new mop yesterday when I went to Walmart because I had to pick up a few items there. And so I'll let y'all know what I think based off of this mop on the back end. So we are in action. You basically put the water in here, you fill it up in the sink or however you want to fill up this blue part. I put some Fabuloso in here as well, so it smells really nice and clean. And then in order to drain the water inside where the mop goes, oh my goodness, y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm having a hard time trying to close this because I am holding my phone. To have the water come out, you just lift that red piece up and then the water starts flowing, which you're going to need this to be soaking wet. And so in order to work the height of the mop, depending on how tall or how short you are, you have to twist it. So you twist it and you basically swish it in here, I guess you can say. And then once this is done filling, you press this down. When you are ready to wring the mop out, you will place it in here and then use your foot to spin it like that. So I thought that was pretty easy, not too complicated to figure out. It took me not even 2 whole minutes to assemble this and fill it up with water. And so I'm going to go ahead and start mopping and tell y'all what I think. Hey y'all, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Amelia. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back and rocking with me. Did y'all see Jaden? I mean, did y'all? Like, he was doing his thing, y'all. He had prom last Saturday, May the 3rd, and he was looking so fly. When I tell you, hand claps to my son, he was patient, he was mannerable, he was respectful, he didn't have an attitude. I was just like, man, he has really turned out to be more than what I can ask for, right? After the photo shoot was over, he was like, I love you, Mom. Is it okay if I stay the night over here? Like, he communicates with me as much as possible. He's taking honor classes. He is taking these college classes. And so he won't have an associate's when he graduates, but he will have a lot of college semesters that will go towards his degree. And so he will be graduating here in the next 2 or 3 weeks. He is a senior this year. And so his prom pictures turned out so good. I will link the photographer down below in the description box. And the photographer had me boohoo crying, y'all. Like, he sent me the pictures the very next morning at like 8 o'clock in the morning. And I am a morning person. I get up early every morning. It never fails. And when I opened the pictures, I cried. Like, I cried for 30 minutes. I was talking to my husband and he was just like, yeah, it's gonna be hard. We're gonna be missing Jaden. He won't be close, but kind of close, but you won't be able to see him every day. And I was just like so in my feelings because I was just like, man, time flies. You hear me? So enjoy every moment. But I just wanted to get on here and show y'all Jaden and his prom attire and his outfit and let y'all know that I have a senior graduating this year. And so hand claps to Jaden. I am so proud of him. I love him so much. So now in regards to today's video, I will be having chapters because y'all make it bored. I am rambling. I am trying to catch up. I have been MIA and these are the reasons why. I have some things that I want to cover. And so if you would like to skip to that portion of the video, I will timestamp them down below, or there may be chapters listed for you and you can just click on the drop down arrow and the chapters will be there for you. And so before we get started, I would like to cover what I am rocking today as far as my scent mix, because a lot of us girlies have been doing the scent mix. Now, I'm not saying that you have to mix your scent all the time. If you just want to be a one perfume sprayer girly, that's cool. Don't allow what someone else is doing to make you feel obligated to doing the same thing. I feel like as content creators, or just when you jump on social media, you see a lot of things that pop up on our news feed based off of some of the trends that are going on, or just based off of some of the things that we like. For example, Brown Sugar Babe, Laura Babe, just to name a few, Fashion Nova, you know, buying things from Amazon. And we tend to get stuck and feel like we have to buy these things. And so I'm going to show y'all what I am rocking in today's video. It will be on my LTK. If you so happen to click on a link, just know it is a affiliate link and I may earn a small commission. So if you do not have LTK, download the app. You can click on the app and you can see everything that I have been posting. Majority of the items that I do post that is on my LTK is on my Instagram at Things with D. I also have a military Instagram, which is called AmeliaG5587. I will be posting Jada's prom pictures, by the way. And so if you are not following that account, more so personal as far as like family related and military, it will be on AmeliaG5587. You can also follow my TikTok. I have a military TikTok and I have a personal TikTok. And I am now currently on Lemon 8. It's just so many things that we have now as far as like social media. But don't worry, I will link everything down below. And so we are going to go ahead and jump into the scent mix, what I am rocking because it smells so good, get into my jewelry, and then I'm going to tell y'all why I've been MIA and just catch y'all up on some things that have been going on with me. And so without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, y'all, so like I said before, all of my scent and fragrances that I have recently purchased or that I typically wear are on my LTK. You can purchase them from Amazon. You can purchase them from Sephora's, Ulta's. It just depends on where you are out shopping, some of the fragrances that you do like. But I am a girly perfume type of person. I cannot leave the house without wearing something, without putting something in my purse. And so in regards to my fragrances, I always start off with an oil and you just roll it on. This is called Yara, and I feel like the oils just last longer, or you can smell them throughout the day longer than you would have to apply the perfume. And I just layer the perfume on top. And so the oil that I am rocking is called Yara. I don't have a whole lot of oils. I said I was going to start collecting more, but that's the oil that I have been wearing every single day. It smells really, really good. And this is the Yara Latapa perfume. I just do maybe 5 or 6 sprays all over my body. And then, oh my gosh, it smells so good, y'all. And then I am going in with my Nicki Minaj. This is called Pink Friday, I believe. And I picked this up from Marshall's for like 15 bucks, and it smells good as well. I have never purchased perfume from Nicki Minaj, and when I smelled it, and I seen the price, I was like, I have to get it. I hands down recommend these perfumes. I have did TikToks. I have posted and made stories about them. They just smell so good together. And so if you are looking for a scent mix, these two really does the job. I typically put my perfumes in my purse. I have some small ones as well, and I just apply as needed, or like maybe every 3 to 4 hours. I feel like in regards to like the expensive perfumes, the ones that are like 130, like YSL, Marc Jacobs, Coach, Ariana Grande, those perfumes last longer. I get compliments after having them on for 2 or 3 hours and someone is asking me what I am wearing. But these perfumes are not on the pricey side. They are less than 25 bucks, both of them. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, if you buy something cheap, it's not going to last as long, because it does last for like a good 1 to 2 hours, and I just reapply. But compared to the other name brand perfumes, they really do last longer. There was a post on Lemonade and they were talking about Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, and I do have those. I have the fineries, and I find myself applying those every 2 to 3 hours. Now, you add your oil and apply the perfumes and stuff on top, they do tend to stick. And then outside of my perfumes, because like I said, I feel like you pay for what you get, and if you are buying a pricey perfume, it is going to last longer. It is what it is. I'm not against knocking Bath and Body Works, Victoria's Secret, Yara Latapa, Pink Friday. Like, I'm not knocking the cheap brands or the different type of brands based off the pricing. They just all smell good. Now, I do not wear my Marc Jacobs and my Coach and my YSL and those type of perfumes to work every day, because I spend $130. And so, yes, I want my perfume to last all day, and yes, I want to smell good, but I'm saving those for like occasions or like for the weekends if I know I'm going out. And then last but not least, I always apply my Fenty Skin Butter Drop on my hands. It just feels so good, y'all. It smells good, and every time I run out, I go get a new jar. As y'all can see, I apply this on my hands every single day. I just like the way it smells, and I like the way it feels, and it's by Rihanna, and so I will link that down below. And again, it can also be found on my LTK. Now, enough about what I am wearing as far as my scent mix for today. I want to go over some jewelry, and so this is my Love Pandora charm necklace that my friend got me, Jasmine. Of course, this is my wedding ring. This is a Coach bracelet that I got from the Coach outlet. And when I say I got it from the Coach outlet, I did not get it from the store. I got this online. And it's 2 different options. One at the top just says Coach, and the other one to the left or the right side of that says Coach Outlet. I think this was like 39 bucks. I got this bracelet from Marshall's. It's like Clover's. I think it was $19.99. I can't remember the price. It was less than $25, y'all. And then this is my charm bracelet. I have so many charms. Jaden actually just purchased me this for Mother's Day. I cannot believe I have been talking this whole time, and it is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the women and men out there who are taking care of their kids, who are not complaining, who need a reset, who are doing what they need to do to make sure their kids are taken care of. Happy Mother's Day. I'm so sorry. I apologize. But this is my charm bracelet. I have this on my LTK also, and I try to link the different charms, but this bracelet is pretty much full. I'm going to have to start a new bracelet. As y'all can see, I have room for like maybe one more charm, but this one that he got me based off of it being Mother's Day, it says, "Mom, you are perfect." And I was surprised because I said, "Janie, you have a package in the mail I just put in your room?" And he said, "Yes, ma'am." And it was my doggone charm, because this morning when he came downstairs, he was like, "Happy Mother's Day." And I was just like, Jaden, like, I just love my child so much. He just takes me by surprise because he is always doing something for me or doing something without having to be told. And I really love that about him. I feel like he is mature for his age. He's 18, right? And so I wanted to go over my scent mints. I wanted to go over my jewelry. I do have on some earrings, just some basic stud earrings because I am in the house today. I wanted to get this video out for y'all because I have been MIA for the past, I would say 5 months. The last time I recorded was December after I finished my class. I was trying to do a vlogmas and I had a class I think leading up to the 8th of December, and so I recorded from the 1st to the 8th. I needed a reset, but either way I wanted to go over my scents. I wanted to go over my jewelry. I have on a white crew neck and then I have on a black it's very, very long, y'all. I am 5'11". I will put a picture here or just basically show y'all because you can work out in it. You can walk around the house in it. It's extremely stretchy. It's comfortable, and I got mine in a size medium. I am 5'11", and I weigh 170 pounds for reference. And so, yes, scent mints, jewelry, y'all tell me what y'all think. Also, I got my locks retwisted like maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago because I got them re-dyed. They were copper, red looking, orange looking, and I just was like, you know what? This color does not go with everything. Let me just go ahead and get my hair or my locks back dyed. I will not be re-dyeing them. That's the first and last. I just feel like I want to have healthy hair, and that color just was not going with the outfits that I had on. And so I was just like, you know, just keep it black and we'll rock with that. But it has grown tremendously. I'm almost 6 years, I think 5 or 6 years. I started my locks back in December 2019, and so that's pretty much it as far as like my lock journey. My edges are still fine, I should say, and I just don't think they're going to get any thicker. As you can see right here, it's like completely bald, and I think it's because I always swoosh it to this side and this side, so it's kind of like always apart, and so I can't really grow hair right there if I'm always swooshing it to one side or having it go to one side. But I still do apply my Mentorship. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like Rogaine for men extra strength to my edges every day, but I only do it once a day now. I was doing it twice a day, but since I have been using it for about a year, I have noticed is that it has me having like peach fuzz all over my face. I have a mustache now. All of this is growing down the side, and I have to shave my face at least every 2 to 3 weeks because if not, I'm just extremely hairy. You can see the hair through my makeup and when I take pictures, and so I try not to shave my face too often, but I do shave it when I know that it's just extreme and it's time for me to shave my hair. But in regards to my edges, I just think they're just gonna be fine. Like, granted, I have been using the Mentorship, and they have grown in, but they're not thick. And so shout out and kudos to the women who have thick edges. I am jealous. I feel like there is an insecurity within all of us, whether it is your hairline, whether it is your nose being too big, whatever. If you want to lose weight, I'm not trying to pick a specific thing, but we have some insecurities, and my hair and my edges have been one of them. My teeth was also an insecurity, so I went and got veneers. And a lot of people think that we do things for other people, but we are actually doing them for us because it makes us feel and look good. But in regards to my locks, I'm just basically still doing the same routine with my locks, which is spraying them with rosemary, Carol's Daughter leave-in conditioner. I still do not wash my locks. I go to the loctician. I get my locks retwisted every 8 to 12 weeks, sometimes longer than that, maybe 16 weeks. But I don't do too much. I put them in a ponytail. As you can see, I already have frizz on this one. And I pay, typically when I get my locks retwist, I pay $175. And then if I am just going to get them retwisted, I only pay $80 if I don't want the wash. But if I want the wash, the conditioner, and all of that, $175. But if I just want to do the basic retwist, which I typically get the 2-strand twist, I only have to pay $80. And so that is pretty much it in regards to my locks. I feel like they are growing like they're supposed to. I don't do too much throughout the day. I wear a do-rag. And that leads me to my next subject and my next point, right? Being MIA and how I have been feeling, right? So first of all, mental health matters. We see this all the time. We hear this all the time. I do not have thick skin. I do not have time to argue. I don't have time to go back and forth. I don't have time to respond. I don't have time for the negativity. I don't have time for the cursing me out. I don't have time for you to cut me off. I just don't like it. I don't want to allow it. And if you are somebody of significance to me, then yes, I will try for the most part to have a conversation with you. But if that conversation leads into an argument, you're cussing me out, whether you are a family member or a coworker, that's it for me. I'm not giving you the time of day. I'm not giving you the energy, because at the end of the day, I feel like I'm older. Like, I'm in my 30s. I don't have time to argue with you about how you feel if you're not telling me how you feel initially, right? And so if I am trying to have a conversation and asking you like, well, hey, what's the problem? Or hey, how do you feel? Even in regards to a coworker, I have been cursed out by a coworker, y'all. Like, I'm not talking to that person. The only way I will talk to that person is if that person apologizes to me. Now, will I take accountability for certain situations? Yes, I absolutely will. But if I know I did not do anything wrong, I will avoid you. Because all you had to do was communicate as if you were an adult and tell me what it was or tell me how you felt, right? Now, I'm all about apologizing. I'm all about hearing you out. I'm all about, if you contact me, I will, take you contacting me with being open about maybe what you may possibly have to say. But I feel like based off of who I am, if you know my personality, right? If you know me, you've been rocking with me, you are a family member, you know I do not do drama. I don't like it. I don't want to entertain it. Yes, I will listen to it. But if you need my advice and I'm trying to give it to you, or if I'm asking you a question and you get hostile, you raising your voice, you have an attitude, you are loud, you are cursing me out, you will not hear from me unless you apologize. And so in regards to mental health and why I have been MIA, for one, I have been stressed out. I have been doing a lot. I like helping, but I have to establish some boundaries. I have been going to counseling. Go to counseling, get a therapist, and granted, we might have friends and family who we can vent to. It is not the same, okay? And then when you do go to that counseling and that therapy, do the homework that your therapist is giving you, because it is going to help you. You are going there for a reason. Don't let your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, your kids, your co-workers upset you to a point where you feel like you are not yourself. It is not worth it. You tend to act out of character. You end up regretting how you reacted and how you respond. You beat yourself up because in your mind you're like, why did I even get upset? Why did I allow this person to make me feel this way? Why did I entertain this person? So in regards to MIA, I don't have thick skin, right? And so in regards to me being on social media, if someone says something to me, I don't have thick skin and I just tend to disappear because I don't feel like entertaining or giving that energy to someone. Because for one, if it is through social media, you probably don't know me and I probably don't know you, right? But what I have noticed is that people will come for me based off of me wearing a do-rag. Now, if you have been rocking with me, I have been on YouTube, social media for over 2 or 3 years. And so y'all know, if y'all have been rocking with me, I have said something about my locks and my retwists, right? And so if I am in uniform, I am recording a video with my do-rag on. That is because I am at home and I want my hair to be laid all the way down, no frizz, no nothing, because I am a woman of color. My hairstyles are $175. I have said this multiple times, but for the people who really don't know me and the people that want to say, oh, you're out of uniform, or oh, you're supposed to be a soldier all day, every day, and oh, and oh, you have a nose stud in, or oh, you have, and I'm just like, I'm at home. Like, and even when I leave my house, I get in my vehicle and I drive to work with my do-rag on. When I go through the gate, I still have my do-rag on. There are soldiers who go through the gate with unauthorized eye pro or eyewear. There are so many things that soldiers are out of reds for, and I feel like you should mind your business because we don't get out of our vehicle with unauthorized eyewear. I do not get out of my vehicle with a do-rag on. What I said was I am trying to get my hairstyles to last as long as possible. And so once I put a little gel or once I put a little mousse or whatever the case is on my hair, I want my hair to lay down and last as long as possible because the hairstyles are not cheap. Now, can I record my videos outside of me wearing a do-rag while I am in uniform? Yes, I can, but I utilize time management. I already know what my videos are going to be about and when I have time to record them. And so I'm either going to record them after PT, after I get ready for work, or when I get home, I'm not going to record at all, and then I just won't be able to put out a video based off of what it is that I'm trying to put out there, because I like to help mentor. And so for the people that like to come for me based off of my do-rag or my nose stud or whatever, because I have had so many, even my nail polish out, y'all, Even my nail polish, just recently I made a video about my nail polish trying to be girly, and I guess the pink was too pink. Now, just like in this video, the last video that I posted on TikTok, I had my ring light on, and the color is extremely bright, right? But I had a few soldiers, like maybe 4 or 5, say, hey, you know, her pink does not look within reg. Her pink looked like it is too bright. And I took it and I went and got my nail polish changed the very next day. That was on Friday, right? Today is Sunday, May the 11th. And so on Friday, May 9th, I uploaded a TikTok saying, hey, to y'all female soldiers who want to look more girlier because we look like, you know, boys all the time in uniform, these are some things that you can do. And getting your nail polish a certain color was one of them. But again, I don't have thick skin. Based off of me not having thick skin, it is hard for me to not take what someone is saying and try to work on it, try to respond to it, try to entertain it, and people will tell me, because Master Parker has came to me and said, Battle, don't worry about it, ignore him, you know, and I'm pretty sure he has gotten to the point where he does, because, you know, he is known for his beard. He was going to be a first sergeant, and so I'm pretty sure he has had to ignore or either comment or either say something in regards to people coming for him based off him being a first sergeant wearing a beard. I am not a person that wants to even put myself in that position. I absolutely love Master Parker and what he is doing. I support him. He has a online business, by the way, in regards to his t-shirts. It's a beard, and I purchased one, and I support him. And so I understand when he say, Battle, don't worry about it, or any other Master Sergeant Baskerville said the same thing. He was like, Battle, don't worry about it. But I have people that are in my lives that talk to me that say, don't worry about it. It's easy for you to say not to worry about it. But when you get the DMs or when you get the comments, even if I turn off my DMs, even if I turn off my comments, I'm not trying to do that, because I am posting to help something or someone based off what I am putting out there. And so if they cannot comment, if they cannot DM me with a question because they might not want to comment on the post or the video I made, then how are they going to DM me if I cut off all access or communication? And so I have been MIA, for one, because my mental health matters. For 2, time management. For 3, I'm trying to work on establishing boundaries and the dynamics in which I have allowed myself to be in a position to have everybody have access to me, and I'm trying to figure it out. So I have been MIA, trying to work and focus and prioritize certain things within my life that truly matters the most to me. And so if you have seen me MIA on YouTube, for the most part, that's why. On TikTok, for the most part, that's why. Not so much on IG, but I don't even really post like that on IG. I might do 3 to 4 stories a day. I might do a post once a week. And I have a mentorship section within the IG that I send the 92's information. It's a channel that I give information to. And so in regards to me being MIA, I just don't feel like dealing with comments. I don't feel like dealing with the negative energy. I don't feel like if you want to cuss me out that I need to give you my energy. I don't need to have conversations with you, all of that. I just don't have time for it. I'm just too old. And so that's why I've been MIA, because I am trying to protect my peace and my mental health. And so granted, I don't have to explain that to no one, but I hope that helped. And I hope y'all understand, like, oh, dang, Chief, I understand where you're coming from. Granted, you shouldn't care or be concerned about what other people think or say, but that is easy for you to say, right? I love what I do. I love my job. I love helping. I love mentoring. I am trying my best to work on spearheading things. I don't want to be in the front all the time spearheading things. And that's going to take me to the next topic in regards to spearheading and why I said what I said based off of being MIA and my mental health and all of that, right? So let's talk about going warrant, right? You want to go warrant, and I'm here to tell y'all that it's not easy, right? I will get DMs, I will get comments saying, well, what should I do? Or what should my resume say? Or can you help me with my packet? Or can you review my packet? Or can you tell me what to do? Or can you send me your resume? Or can you send me your packet? And can you send me the words because I need to improve my GT score? Can you do this? Can you do that? Can you do this? And I'm just sitting here like, and every time I open a message, I never take it in you know, be like, should I respond? I always taking it, be like, man, they really need help. They really don't know. But in my mind, as I start to think, because I get asked the same questions over and over, you have to think, I have been a warrant officer for 2 years now, right? And so if I am on social media and I am posting about being a warrant, and I am getting comments or DMs, it is typically about the same thing. Hey Chief, I'm trying to improve my GT score. Where can I find the words? Hey Chief, I'm trying to, you know, put in a warrant packet. Should I do this? Or what form do I use? Or what about my LOR? And who do I contact for a senior LOR? Or how do I find this POC based off of the warrant recruiting team? And I'm just like, I done posted these Bsep words on multiple platforms, on Teams, on TikTok, on my YouTube community tab, on my Instagram stories. I have posted them on so many different platforms, and it's just like, at this point, are y'all really trying to look for the words? At this point, you want to go warrant. Are you really going to see what the requirements are? Are you reading through all of the things that is required for you to know what you need to do to put in your warrant packet? If you know you need a waiver, then what's the point in doing your packet if you haven't even gotten your waiver approved? You have to get your waiver approved regardless if it's time and service, regardless if it's your age, regardless if it's a tattoo waiver. You have to get the waiver approved first. What makes you think that if you don't get the waiver approved, you can submit your packet? Like, what sense does that make? If you have a time and service waiver that is required for your packet because you've been in for over 12 years and you finish your packet based off your physical, your ACFT, your resume, you have all of your LORs, and you get to the end of the finish line and you're about to turn in your packet to your warrant recruiting team, or you're about to upload your packet, how are you going to submit your packet before the board if the waiver does not get approved? Like, the waiver has to be the first thing that you do, right? You don't wasted your senior warrant time writing you an LOR, your commander, your battalion commander, you wasted getting a physical, you wasted so much time because the waiver needs to get approved first. If someone comes back based off of your waiver that you submit saying, unfortunately, your waiver was not approved, then what are you going to do? How are you going to proceed with completing the packet and the rest of the requirements, right? It just does not make sense. And so these are common things that I am getting asked. Also, in regards to your ACFT, when you are sending me your packet and your ACFT is below a 500, you're not competitive. It's just what it is, right? And so when soldiers hit me up and they send me their packet, and I'm like, yes, send me your packet, and I look at all of your forms and I go to your ACFT score, and your ACFT score is a 480, you really think you're going to be competing with someone else that has a ACFT score of a 580? Like, come on now. And then you're like, well, oh, I'm nervous, or I'm scared. You should be. You absolutely should be, because if we have 100 people submitting warrant packets, and out of 100 people, the board members can only really select 15 to 20 people to go warrant, right? And if your packet has multiple things in it that is not competitive, you won't get selected. And so you're like, well, Chief, well, what should I do? Or Chief, how come I didn't get selected? Or Chief, I know somebody who don't have a college degree and they got selected, but I got a college degree and I was a non-select. Listen, you have to stop comparing yourself, because for one, they probably have a 600 ACFT score and they probably have the college requirements that they need, not a degree, but the college requirements. For example, as a 920 Alpha, you need English 1 and 2. If that packet has English 1 and 2 and they have a 600 ACFT score and their resume makes sense and it is grammarly correct and their time and service waiver was approved, and just to name a few things, because a lot of soldiers will compare this packet with another packet, which you absolutely should, because I compare my packet to other soldiers when soldiers send me their packets. I'm like, well, hold on. I know it seems like I am fussing, but I have to compare my packet to other soldiers' packets also, because I just want to be straightforward with you when I'm reviewing your packet and letting you know what it is. Like, hey, you don't have a college degree, or hey, your ACFT score is below a 500, or hey, your resume, I can't even really read what you're trying to say in regards to why you feel like you should join the cohort. Your forms are not filled out correct. You didn't even send me your packet complete. So for one, why are you sending me an incomplete packet? For two, you're trying to figure out why you may or may not get selected. And then when I send you feedback, you don't even respond. I have had, I would say like maybe 10 people send me their packets. I have asked them questions. I have said, well, how come you feel like you should go warrant? Because you have been a staff sergeant for 8 years. The board members are going to see it as if you didn't make sergeant first class based off of your OML number being too high. And I won't get a response. I won't get a response. And I'm just sitting here like, well, what if I didn't respond to you? What if I read your packet but didn't give you feedback? How would you feel if you knew that you sent me your packet, and I'm in the Army, and so if you're sending it to me through Outlook or Teams, I'm going to get it. But how would you feel knowing that I didn't respond to you, right? That is another thing that I'm talking about in regards to why I have been MIA with certain topics or certain individuals or certain things. Because if I'm taking my time to review your packet and asking you like, hey, how come you are going warrant? You have been a staff sergeant for 8 years. Or hey, how can you improve your ACFT score before the next board? Are you working on it? Or hey, why don't you use Grammarly for your resume? Or hey, answer some of these questions, and based off of these questions, I will let you know if you are ready to go warrant. And I don't get no feedback. It's just like, are you upset because I'm asking you the questions and you don't know? Do you just not know the answers to the questions I'm giving you? Do you not want to improve on your ACFT score? Do you feel like you can't? And if you can't, why are you rushing your packet? Why don't you try to improve your ACFT score? Do you not know how to have somebody review your packet based off of the grammar errors and the spelling and the spelling of the words within your resume? Like, I don't understand why it's so hard for people to comprehend. And again, based off of where I have put the Bsep words on the different platforms, I feel like maybe I am just being too helpful, because it does not take me to post the words on 6 different places for you to figure out where they are. You can get on Khan Academy. You can go to the Ed Center and get a list. You can try and figure out where I put the list based off of all of the places that I said I provided those words to you. But instead, you want me to individually email them to you. Instead, you want me to individually email you the words. And I'm just like, well, why would I email them to you individually if I put them on 6 different places for you to find them? If you're being this lazy with trying to figure out what the Bsep words are, then how are you going to improve your GT score? Soldiers will ask me multiple times over and over, like, is this the same list? Is the same list? Is this the same list? Is these words? Are you sure, Chief? Is there an updated list? And I'm just like, well, if there was an updated list, then I would put the updated list and I will make a new post referencing the new words. And I will make a new post saying, hey, unfortunately, the list that I uploaded about a year ago has changed. But I have not done that, which means that the words haven't changed. I go to the Ed Center frequently, right? Because I know the instructors there. And when you come to Brad, the percentage of those passing and getting over 110 is like a 90, 95. If you have 60 soldiers going to Bsep, out of those 60 soldiers, at least 50 of them are walking out of that class with over a 110. They're like in the 130s. So I just feel like a lot of y'all waste my time. And it's not like I'm getting frustrated because I love to help. I just have to go MIA because I'm just like, what? And then also with setting a boundary for these warrant packets, I'm here to help. But if your packet is not complete, I'm not looking at it. I won't respond. I won't email you back. Well, you are entitled to feel how you want to feel about me. Like, oh, she ain't never responded. Oh, I don't like her. Or, oh, she being mean because she didn't review my packet, but she reviewed somebody else's. I have been reviewing packets for 2 years, and they were incomplete packets. Now, starting today, because today is Mother's Day, May 11th, moving forward, if I receive emails, DMs, Teams messages, Outlook messages, with incomplete warrant packets, I'm not looking at them. I won't give you an explanation. I won't tell you why, because the requirements are on the website. Do the requirements, have a complete packet, and then I will look at it, right? So in regards to soldiers asking, hey, I don't know if my reason is a legit reason, or hey, I don't know how I can set myself aside from others putting in warrant packets. You do know, right? You can go to college, you can get a degree. Not just take some classes, but get a degree. Your ACFT score can be maxed. You can try to get a 600 on your ACFT. Now, granted, you might not get it, but you can strive to get somewhere close. Over a 500, over a 540. The new standard is if you score over a 540, you won't even have to get taped, right? So there are some incentives to your ACFT score. In regards to your NCOERs, the verbiage for the rater and senior rater does not make sense. Like, this soldier is in the top 40% of NCOs I rate. Well, how many NCOs does that rater rate? This soldier is in the top 10%. This soldier is the number one NCO that I senior rate. What do you mean the number one sergeant or the number one NCO that you senior rate? Is this the only NCO you've ever rated? Because if I'm a board member, I'm going to be confused. And then military classes, you haven't taken any military classes since 2000. We are in 2025. Go to combatives. Go to some classes at Fort Gregg Adams. Go to some classes based off of where you're currently stationed at. You know, don't be complacent. You know, if you have a bachelor's degree, go ahead and enroll for a master's. And then when you are filling out your packet, the board members will see if you have a certain amount of credit hours, like, okay, he must have a bachelor's, he or she must have a bachelor's, they must be working on a master's. Like, oh my gosh, they are really trying. And you have to just think about those things and not be upset that you either one, waited too long, because the board members already know that if you have been in over 12, 13 years, you're probably going to go to Watts, go to Wobick, and within the next 5 years, you're going to be ready to get out and retire. That mindset and mind frame of retiring is another reason too, because why are you waiting so long to put in your warrant packet? Is it because you couldn't figure out your career and now all of a sudden you have a change at heart because you're tired of being an NCO and now you just want to go warrant? It doesn't work like that. And being a warrant officer is hard. It is difficult. It is not easy. The hand salute does not mean anything. It doesn't, because when you become an officer, especially when you first graduate Watts, no one is going to salute you. Sergeant majors are not going to salute you. The privates and the specialists are not going to salute you. They're not going to even know what your rank is. They're going to be looking at the little teeny dot on your uniform and just say good morning. You might not even get a good morning, and so you're going to get paid more, yes, but to not want to be responsible for soldiers, or because you did not make Sergeant First Class the first 3 or 4 times you got looked at before the board or whatever, is not a good enough reason for you to go warrant. And by you not knowing the requirements, by you not trying to score higher on your ACFT, there are a lot of things that are required when you become a warrant officer. And another reason too is, I'm not going to say I have been MIA because of this, but my phone starts ringing before PT, right? My phone rings after work hours. I'm a warrant officer. If my BC or my battalion SO or whoever that is a company commander calls me, like, granted, I can establish and set some boundaries, right? But relationships matter. And so if you are trying to have family time on the weekends, yeah, if you know you're not on a mission or some type of, you know, getting ready to go somewhere, you don't have to answer your phone. You can establish and set some boundaries. But if you have your battalion SO or whoever, your brigade contacting you as a warrant officer, you have to answer the phone. You have to be available. You cannot lead NCOs because you just don't want to be in charge of soldiers no more, or you can't not want to lead because you are a warrant officer. You can't not want to show up to PT formation because you are a warrant officer. Some of these incentives that people think because they don't see warrant officers are not true. They're all myths, y'all. Warrant officers go to PT. Warrant officers go to PT. And if y'all have heard of the saying, we hide behind the shadows, or we are a quiet professional, we are, because we really don't have a voice unless it is from a battalion commander, a brigade commander, a division, because we have to answer to them. But for the most part, we go to work, we do our job, we stay quiet. You do have some officers who are on TikTok, on social media, but don't think that because you are tired of being an NCO that if you put in a warrant packet, you are going to get selected. You have to compete. Your warrant packet should be your biggest investment, and you should spend as much time as you should trying to put your packet together. It took me a year to put my packet together because I wanted it to be perfect. I wanted it to be phenomenal. I had multiple people review it, and I submitted my packet when I knew it was time, and I was a first time select. And I did not become a warrant because I wanted the hand salute. I didn't want to be a warrant because I didn't want to be or have the responsibilities of being in charge of soldiers or NCOs anymore, because I have a PBO NCO. I have to counsel him, I have to train him, I have to coach him, mentor him. And so it doesn't stop because you are thinking about going warrant. And so I hope that helped in regards to the Bsep words and in regards to your warrant packet. If you ask me about the Bsep words, I'm going to link them down below for the last and final time. If you are watching this and you feel like you're going to ask me to send you the Bsep words, do not ask me. If you feel like you want to know if that list is still current, do not ask me. You will not get a response. If there is any questions in regards to Bsep outside of, hey chief, can you add me to the GT improvement team, or hey chief, where can I get the mentorship from in regards to the channel on Instagram, or hey chief, and I have not already posted it, you will not get a response from me. That is a boundary for me. That is protecting my mental health and my peace, because mental health matters. In regards to your warrant officer, if you have to say, well, chief, I don't know if this is a good reason, or chief, I need you to review my packet, but I don't have this finished, or oh, I don't have this complete, or oh, I'm waiting on my physical from the doctor, or oh, my transcripts have not came in, or oh, I'm taking another ACFT next month, but the board is in June. I'm not looking at it. I'm not looking at an incomplete packet. I'm just not. You're taking away time from me. And then again, the soldiers before y'all have ruined it, because I will send them messages and they wouldn't even, not even messages like on Teams, but I will look at their packet. I will provide feedback, ask questions like, hey, you have been, like I said previously, you have been a staff sergeant for 8 years. Are you going warrant because you didn't make sergeant first class? What was your OML number? Or hey, did you know you needed a waiver? Or hey, what did your senior warrant say? Or hey, how come your senior warrant is only saying that they want to look at your resume? Or hey, did you not even consider the fact that your ACFT score is low? They ruined it for you all, because I am no longer looking at incomplete packets, and I'm not trying to say you have to have a certain ACFT score in order for me to look at your packet. But if your packet is not complete, I'm not looking at it. Now, if your ACFT score is below a 540, I'm going to ask you like, hey, you really think that you are competing with an ACFT score that is a 500? No, you're not. When I was in SFAB, we had to maintain a 540. Again, the standards of, if you want to not get taped, score over a 540. And so don't go thinking that by me passing the ACFT, I'm going to get selected. There are multiple things that the board members look at and review. You may or you may not. Do you want to take the chance of not? No. So like I was saying, if your packet is incomplete, I won't be looking at it, right? So I was able to cover while I went MIA. I also had a birthday on May 5th, so happy belated birthday to me. I went over my sentiments. I went over my jewelry that I have been rocking. I went over Bsep and warrant packets. I went over like mental health and all of that. I also have some books that I have been reading, but that'll probably be another video. I'm not saying that I'm going to get back on YouTube full time and be consistent, because I truly have to consider, not saying that I feel like I get used. I just feel like I put in way more work than the soldiers that I am dealing with, or that the people that I'm dealing with, regardless if you're a family, regardless of who you are. I just feel like there are times, a lot of times, that I put in way more effort and work trying to help you, because I love helping. That is something that I am passionate about. That's just something that I like to do. I love my job. I love reading the regulation. I love talking about things Army related, because I love my job. I just love helping, and will take fault for my dynamic and why I probably feel like I have been used, because I have not established boundaries, and I have not said these are things. I should have said it in the beginning, but I did not, and so I am saying them now. For an example, if you ask me for the Bsep list, or if you ask me to email you directly, I'm not responding to you. Or in regards to your warrant packet, if your warrant packet is incomplete, I will not respond to it. But that's my fault. I take accountability for it, and moving forward, I will not. And so I blame myself. And so I don't want to say I have been used. I just feel like a lot of people do not take accountability. A lot of people don't like figuring things out. They want the answers. They don't want to read. They want somebody else to do it for them. And I'm here to help. I am. But what I won't do is do something for you if I've already given you the resources, or if I have already told you like, hey, you should probably wait because your ACFT score is too low, or hey, don't send me incompleted packets. And so for the most part, I talked to y'all about all of the things, and why I've been MIA and all of that. But last, I want to close this video out by letting y'all know that I am a mentor. I love mentoring. I will FaceTime you. I will text you. I will give you my number. You will have direct access to text me about a work-related question, whether it's a DM, whether it's a text message, all of that. I will look at your PPW, because I do know that you want to make promotion points, and I know that you want to progress in your career. So I'll tell you some things. I have said, hey, go to this class, go to that class. If you're an 88, if you're a 91, if you're a 92, these are some classes you can go to. Go to Combatives Level 1, go to Combatives Level 2. I don't think those are promotion points anymore, but there are other classes that you can go to to get promotion points. When you go to ALC, BLC, you automatically get promotion points for that. When you go to school, you get promotion points. And I know this video is geared towards a lot of soldiers, but for the civilians, I have seen, because I have dealt with civilians also, being lazy. If you don't like your job, then get another one. You complain. Like, soldiers don't want to try to look at the ACFT scorecard or calculator to see what the max is. They are automatically say, well, what's the minimum? I ran with a soldier and she was like, Chief, I'm probably going to run a 22, 23 minutes. And I'm just like, okay, that's almost failing. And I got out there and I ran with her and she scored a 18:02. Like 18 minutes and 2 seconds. And I was just like, you're doubting yourself. You're being negative. And I even told the soldier, like, hey, if you feel like you're going to be running that slow, I can't do it. Because for one, my knees going to hurt. I got long legs and I'm going to go to my vehicle. But civilians and soldiers have to stop having this mentality of being negative, making excuses, not taking accountability, not telling somebody how you feel, not apologizing. But I am here to help coach, teach, and mentor. Now, based off of what I said, if you feel like you cannot come to me directly because you may feel intimidated or because you are scared or because you feel like, well, oh, she being a bitch, then that's on you, right? I'm not telling you that you can't inbox me. I'm not telling you that you can't ask me a question. What I'm saying is that based off of the word knowledge and the list for the words, because you want to improve your GT score, or by your packets being incomplete, I won't look at them no more. I have to set some boundaries, and you should do the same. If you know that you are a morning person and you have that one individual that's talking to you every morning, let them know how you feel. Like, hey, listen, I get it. You want to talk in the morning. I'm not a morning person. Give me time to wake up. Give me time to meditate. You know, if you are dealing with your spouse or your significant other or your kids, have some patience. Don't let your job overpower your family and your personal time. You know, have some boundaries. You know, communicate what it is that you expect from somebody else, because how can they read your mind? How can they know how you feel if you're not telling them and communicating that with them? And so at the end of the day, we have to take accountability because we are too grown. We are adults. You have older civilians that get out at 20 years and then they still work and they're complaining at the job. And that's why I said I'm going to do 30 years, because what's the point of me doing 20 just to get out, still be affiliated with the military, still be around a military installation or around military people and do the bare minimum and not want to come to work to do my job because I already retired from out of the military, doing 20 years, and then you become a civilian or you're still affiliated with the military life and lifestyle. So if you're going to get out at 20 and just go back into another job, majority of this world is military affiliated, whether it's Air Force, Marines, Navy, Army. Regardless, if you are around a military installation, you can open up your own business. You can have a plan. You can do that. You know, good luck. I, commend you for wanting to take leaps and bounds for trying to figure out how to be a business owner. If you want to be a nurse, if you want to be a teacher, but just know that we get paid. Know that by you being in the military, you're going to have a guaranteed paycheck. I have been in the military for 18 years. On the 15th and at the end of the month, I get paid faithfully. A lot of soldiers will be like, well, oh, I get paid on the 1st and the 15th. You do not get paid on the 1st and the 15th. If you was getting paid on the 1st, you hadn't even worked yet, right? So you're not getting paid on the 1st. You're getting paid on the 15th because you're working from the 1st to the 15th. And so you're getting paid. And then from the 15th to the end of the month, you are working again. And so the Army is paying you at the end of the month. And so just like simple things like that people don't stop to realize and think about, your medical and your dental and how much you're going to have to pay if you are a civilian. If you want to do 20 years and then you get out, but you're still talking about, oh, I'm gonna have to get another job or I'm gonna have to work somewhere part-time. Even if you are getting 100% disability, that's $4,000. Are you going to be able to survive off of that, you alone? If you have a spouse that is getting 100%, are you going to be okay dipping into what they bring home because both of y'all decided to get out at 20? And so if you're going to think about and having the mindset of getting out at 20, just think about, well, hey, you know what? I'm going to stick around, do 30, and then I'll get out, because what's the difference between doing 20 and 30? I'm still going to work, right? So that's how I think about things. And so I'm not saying that I have high expectations, but I just don't like dealing with people that don't take the time to think. And I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with you getting out at 20 years. If that's what you want to do, cool. But I just wanted to get on here and let y'all know why I've been MIA. I wanted to get on here and let y'all know about my mental health. I wanted to get on here and talk to y'all about Bsep, being a warrant officer, and being that I'm a mentor, how I am available to you, for you. But I have to establish some boundaries, and I hope you do the same thing. I hope you like this video. I hope I did not talk too long. I hope I was not long-winded. I hope y'all could understand what I was saying, because I was talking fast. I am from South Carolina. If you have any questions about my hair, my traction alopecia, if you have any questions about the links, what I'm wearing in today's video, any of that, just hit me up. Don't feel intimidated. Don't be scared. I'm not saying not to contact me, but this was pretty much it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Until next time, peace.